CO2. Hey YouTube! How is everyone today? Welcome, I'm Dave. This is Sticky Nicky _ OnlyFans on Insta. We've got Super Cooper doing the voices. We're going to make a lolly today for our Earth mix, which we're doing this weekend. Polar bear, Earth, this one and a tree. This one's going to say no more CO2. This is not, and someone said this to me before, we need CO2. The trees breathe CO2. Of course we do. We just don't need too much of it, man. We've got to start taking some out of the atmosphere, or at least not contributing so much to it. It is a greenhouse gas. It traps heat here. This Earth is getting hotter if you don't believe the science. I don't know what to say to you. It is incontrovertible anymore. People keep banning about the number 97% of climate scientists agree. I reckon it's more than that. But let's just go with 97%. If it's just 97% of scientists agree, it's true, it's true. And if you don't believe the science, listen to David Attenborough's witness statement. David Attenborough, A Life on Earth. I'm just going to turn this a little bit.
What?
David Attenborough, A Life on Earth. One man's 70-year journey through the natural world, what he's seen and how it has changed and it continues to change. So we're doing no more CO2.
Heaps of people tuning in, getting naked and everything myself.
You might think, sorry,
Old school Darcy on here.
Hey Darcy.
Oh, Darcy.
You might think that me talking about this means I'm a bit of a progressive lefty. I'm actually quite conservative because I believe in the institutions we've built. I'm not a radical in any sense of the words. I can't believe that climate has become a political issue because it's not a political issue. We need to fix it wherever you come from on the spectrum, whether you've got faith or you don't have faith, however you believe this miracle of a universe came to be and this extraordinary little blue planet came to be. I actually think it might be quite likely that we are the only intelligent life in the universe. Not the only life, but possibly the only complex, multicellular, intelligent life.
Yep.
And if that's the case, well, whether we are or we aren't, man, Fermi's paradox is real. We should have met someone by now.
Not necessarily.
Pretty big.
Yeah, but it's pretty old too. We should look into Fermi's paradox. And if you do the maths on whether we should have experienced life on other planets, we probably should have.
That's not part of the 100%.
But having said that, either way, this place is extraordinary. We can't afford to let it go.
Yep.
And also, having said that, 60 million years from now, the Earth will be just fine. It won't be in 2.5 billion, but in 60 million, whether we're here or not, it'll be fine. Maybe the dinosaurs will get another go.
How cool would that be?
How cool would that be? But maybe super intelligent rat people that have evolved from rats will be around.
If you
You've seen Red Dwarf with the cat.
With the cat on Red Dwarf? Well, I have seen the cat on Red Dwarf.
all right, but Dave, if you think that we should have bumped into someone at the moment, why haven't we left this planet yet? Like properly.
Well, no, I'm not saying we should have actually met them, but there should have been signals. We should have seen signs, some electromagnetic radiation signals emanating from other planets. I'm not a scientist and I can't go into the depths of Fermi's paradox here, but Fermi, Enrico Fermi, Italian scientist, check it out.
Hold on.
Oh, Nick forgot his magic powder.
Done.
Yeah.
So what we're making is little red lollies, danger, Will Robinson, danger. And we're going to write, and in fact Nick's going to do the letters. I usually do the letters on these ones, but Nick's going to do them. He's really good at it. They're going to say no more CO2. That doesn't mean no CO2, it just means no more.
No extra.
No extra, we've got enough.
The fact that, you know when they had that massive volcanic eruption in Bali and it shut flight paths for like 10 days?
Yes, I was there.
The fact that a volcano spewing gas into the atmosphere for 10 days was less contribution to the atmospheric CO2 levels than the volcano. Like planes contribute more CO2 to the atmosphere than a volcano erupting for 10 days.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
You got to think about
International shipping. There's only a couple of problems we need to fix. One is clean energy and the other one is sustainable food. I don't know the answers. But as I say, I'm not really a hippie. I tend to think nuclear power might be the answer to part of that.
that. Once they can figure out a way to safely dispose of the waste, that's the problem.
Well, they've got these reactors now, these small modular reactors, where they actually use the waste they reuse the waste to power the reactor again. There are several problems. Waste is a problem. The danger of accident or terrorist attack is a problem. Traditionally, the expense of building these plants and the time between starting construction and completion is a problem.
Production of energy there is
But
huge.
those problems are being solved. If we could get reliable, clean power, I just think it's something we need to look at. I don't know where it comes from. The sun is amazing, but it doesn't always shine. The wind is extraordinary, but it doesn't always blow.
For anyone just tuning in,
A rant.
it's gonna say no more
This one's a
CO2,
rant.
and it is a pineapple flavour. Pineapple, one of the best.
Spent this morning on Facebook doing something really nice around Christmas, having fun. This one's a bit of a rant, man.
I never get to be a part of the fun ones.
Oh, Nick, it's always fun when you're involved, mate.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
So it doesn't all have to be about the environment. We're cooling our candy down. This is, what flavour did we do, Coop?
Pineapple.
Pineapple. Our earth mix is going to be tropical fruit flavours. So this one is pineapple. We've got red on the outside, orange letters, no more CO2. The candy is cooling quite nicely. It starts out about 160 degrees Celsius.
The Caribbean, came from Wisconsin. Love to visit the Caribbean.
In order to put a little bit of my money where my mouth is, we're donating some of the proceeds from this weekend to the Akashinga and the International Anti-Poaching Foundation for their work in Africa protecting local wildlife and empowering local women to carry that fight to the poachers. The death of any of those magnificent animals is a tragedy. I know a lot of people seem to enjoy shooting them for fun. The idea of shooting an elephant for fun, mate. I cannot get my head around it. How are you ladies today? You well? Sorry, I don't mean to be ignoring you. I'm talking. Who are you on the phone to?
My friend in Brisbane.
Your friend in Brisbane. She's addicted, is she? And she can't get. It's. That's what they all say. It's not for me. It's for a friend of mine. Nice. Hey everyone in Brisbane. If you are in Brisbane, thumbs up. What's your friend's name? Is she watching? Are you on YouTube now, Lani? No. Lani, if you ever watch this later on, hi. How are you? Quite beautiful stuff, Candy. You can blow it like glass. Makes these extraordinary bubbles. And do check out, go to YouTube and just search the word Akashinga. Well, don't go to YouTube now because you're on YouTube now. No. Akashinga. A-K-A-S-H-I-N-G-A. Little video produced by James Cameron. So it's got all heart-tugging action stuff you would expect from James Cameron, but it's an inspirational story.
Hi from Atlanta, hi from Nebraska.
Shout out to Atlanta. Thank you for Coca-Cola.
I have good. We go for Coke.
Cooper's a little bit shattered that you guys stopped putting cocaine in it.
Yeah, I gotta do it myself now. It's so dangerous.
I'm a big fan of Coca-Cola. I know it shouldn't be. It's not good for you.
There's nothing.
Everything in
quite
moderation.
Like, nothing quite like a really cold Coke.
A really cold Coke. It was such an extraordinary event for someone to land on that recipe.
Oh.
But nothing else is quite the same, is it?
No, like Pepsi sucks compared to Coke.
A cold Coke with a squeeze of lemon juice in it.
Maybe time for one more.
Just gotta get a little fancy.
Lemon juice in
Actually,
your
it's
Coke.
so good.
Lemon juice in your Coke.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Can I see that? Lemon juice in your
Emma
Coke.
Jasmine's bedtime
See, that's
story
then
in Sweden.
that's gonna taste like a Long Island iced tea. One of my favourite drinks, the drink that won my wife. It convinced her to make a terribly wonderful mistake.
Are there more lives today after this one? I think this is it today, isn't it?
I think today Annabelle's not here, so we're not doing a TikTok today. So I think this might be the last one for today. No more CO2. How are you going there, Nick?
Yeah, pretty good.
Are you going to stretch that?
Apparently the Coca-Cola plant in Atlanta denies the cocaine rumor. I think that's probably from back when it was a little medicinal
Look,
pharmacy thing anyway.
certainly before my time. I'm glad there's no illicit substances in Coca-Cola anymore. Just the, 11 teaspoons of sugar or something like that.
Something ridiculous. Yeah. So good though.
So good.
Have you tried vanilla Coke? Yes.
I think I worked it out. A Coke has the same sugar. A can of Coke has the same sugar as a third of a bag of our lollies.
That's wild.
So don't eat too many lollies. Don't drink
Maybe
too much
don't
Coke.
taste your lollies with the Coke.
Coke and lollies together.
You just
Lollies
have a
dissolved in
fizz
your
and
Coke.
You have a fizz and Coke is fun.
We're going to move you. Don't get weirded out. Disconcerted, discombobulated.
I love getting weirded out.
They are weirdos.
Freak shows, I tell you.
Nice.
A little. I'm usually too far that way, aren't
Nice. I reckon that's all right.
I? Happy there?
So,
Maybe a little.
if you've just joined us, thank you. We're making little lollies like this. They're going to be red on the outside to signify danger. It'll go quite nicely in our mix. The other things we're doing are kind of really beautiful things. We're doing an earth, we're doing a tree. The boys did a polar bear yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, but they did this. I don't know if you can see it, but these awesome polar bears. Kind of the poster child for climate change because they live in such a delicate environment.
They rely on so many things that are so fleeting.
I do kind of love polar bears. Those
They're a
images
cool
of them.
animal.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I never get over how big they are.
Were you saying yesterday they're the biggest bear?
Yeah, I believe so.
Biggest land.
Biggest land.
Biggest land bear.
predator.
What's it? What? There's a sea bear.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you not watched SpongeBob?
Hang on. Biggest land bear.
No, biggest land predator.
Biggest land predator.
I'd rather eat lollies than drink Coke.
Well,
Someone
land
did
mammal.
say that
Biggest
polar
land
bears-
mammal, actually.
Someone did say polar bears were a marine animal. I don't. Is that?
No, never mind.
They do swim. All right. So
why do you stretch the white
Nick's gonna be
candy?
making
I've got a
letters.
real candy question. Why do you
why
stretch
do we
the
stretch
white?
it?
It changes the consistency.
It's gone to this for two reasons, and they're equally important. The first one is that it sort of goes to this incredibly bright, shiny satin white. We want our letters, which are in this case going to be in orange, to really stand out, and the stronger and brighter the whiteness of this candy, the better. So there's a little bit of white colour in there, but stretching it actually causes the light to reflect and refract from it, and it goes to this awesome, beautiful, shiny white. The other one is it aerates the candy. So when you eat one of our lollies, they're like crumbly in the centre. They're not hard and glassy like you might know like a Jolly Rancher if you're from the States, or you might know a Humbug if you're from England or Australia. So they're kind of crumbly when you put one in your mouth. This will stay glassy, but this one will be crumbly and kind of good. How are you today, buddy? Nice. Welcome to Sticky, mate. How's everything treating you? Sorry?
What flavor are you making?
What are you going to start with, Nick?
I'm going to start with M.
More. We're going to do the word more.
More.
Okay.
More.
We're
Longest, it kind of makes
making
sense.
pineapple flavoured lollies that are going to say no more CO2. We're doing an earth mix this weekend, so we've made an earth and a polar bear. We're going to do a tree and then one that says no more CO2. We're talking a little bit about this weekend on. We're live streaming at the moment. I don't know if you can see that here. Here. These people. We're kind of live streaming. So we're talking this weekend a little bit about climate change and donating some money to some wildlife conservation in Africa.
People still ask candy questions? Yes, candy questions
Yes.
are the best questions.
I'll shut up now. We'll just talk about candy. Ask me anything about candy.
I like the candy questions because then Dave rambles about how he does
Dave
it.
stops talking.
Oh, he doesn't really.
I did
stop
just
it.
talk about candy. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about stretching.
Yeah, just talking about
Yeah.
stretching. I always throw long questions to Dave when I need a break.
Wow, I feel like I haven't put letters together for ages, Nicky. This is great.
I know.
Are you going to be any good at it, Dave? You'll be able to practice.
Oh, I'll be fine, man. It's
Should I
like,
put a letter on upside down?
like,
40 years in the business.
like falling off your motorbike at 120. You never forget.
Have you fallen off your motorbike at 120?
No, I was
Louis,
pretty
Missouri,
hard.
G'day.
I was pretty hard on the. I was doing 120, but I was pretty hard on the brakes when I finally low-sided it. So I'm not sure how fast I was
Oh,
going.
low's better than high.
Hell yes, it is.
It'd be a lot worse.
I actually walked away without so much as a scratch.
How good.
Yeah,
About as
go.
good as it gets in
Scratch
the
on,
motorbike.
scratch on the muffler. Scratch on the muffler.
Hey.
So I am very conscious about how I ride now.
I'm from Idaho, got my first order. No worries, Sarah, that's what we do.
Letter M.
Pretty much the only
M.
thing we do.
M for, can we think of environment words around each letter? M for
Methane.
methane. There you go, another CO2 gas. Apparently there is a great deal of methane trapped under the ice. Where is it? In Siberia. And that if that ice melts and that methane gets it, it becomes like a self-perpetuating, more methane, more CO2. Global methane produced by cow farts.
Melissa would like to know what you wipe on the candy to stick them together.
What bit of water? Bit of good old-fashioned water.
We used to use camel spit, like the saliva of a dromedary camel, because it is the second stickiest substance known to mankind. But we don't anymore. We had to get rid of the camel. Part of our environment. Yeah, they're farting. It was the farting.
Yeah, there's also something about animal
So we just
rights,
use a little bit of water now.
Like
A little bit about what?
something about animal rights when like keep it locked up in that cage.
Yeah, too small a space. It needs to run around Sydney freely.
Yeah.
I know that the big project I should be working on at the moment is vegetarianism. I struggle with it. Ethically, I think it's the only right choice you can make, although you can eat far more sustainably if you're going to eat meat. But it's hard, that one.
Isn't that
Zebraco 2, whoever you are, we make Minecraft.
eating isn't sustainable?
Doing Minecraft, sorry mate?
Isn't that the argument though? Eating meat isn't sustainable?
Eating meat is not sustainable, that's correct.
Ah, right.
How many stickies are there? That's a very good question.
But there is more sustainable meat production. And
Heaps and heaps and
sustainable.
heaps of them, I believe.
What was the question, Kurt?
How many stickies are there?
In the world, it's changing at the moment, depending on which country you're in and where. There's only one in Australia. We're just about to open the one in the US, Craig tells me. He is there making lollies, but he hasn't had an opportunity to have a shop.
Actually
for
have a
while.
shop set up. Yeah, he's just
That's
doing the old
coming,
commercial
coming.
kitchen trick.
Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Mexico, Cambodia, and Australia, man.
Beth Maffett would like to know what you're making. Got more space.
Thanks for the question. We're making red lollies. And you can see I'm cooling this down on this table. We're making little red lollies. They'll be red on the outside, but they're going to have orange letters, and they're going to say no more CO2. You don't have to agree with me to watch me make candy, but I'm very conscious at the moment of what we're doing to the planet and how we could do what we do so much more nicely. This won't be a super quick lolly, but it won't be too long. We've already done the M and the O. Nick is now working on the letter R.
Jelena, these are pineapple flavoured.
An environmental, I didn't do an environmental word with that. Oxygen, how about oxygen? The lifeblood of living creatures.
How do they donate
Plants.
to the charity, Dave? There's a link.
Sorry?
How do they donate to the charity?
Oh look, the really easy way to get, well, you could buy a bag of lollies and know that some of your money will go to it, but the really easy way is look up International Anti-Poaching Foundation. International Anti-Poaching Foundation. If you go to their website, you can learn about their project. There's a great video on their website where you can see what they do, protecting elephants particularly, but animals, wildlife in Zimbabwe. So International Anti-Poaching Foundation. If you're on our Facebook, I've posted a couple of videos and links on the last couple of videos. You can go through that way. But International Anti-Poaching Foundation. I think it's iapf.org or .com. So maybe don't buy some lollies this week. Maybe give the lollies a rest and chuck $10 at the women of the Akashinga.
What is the red candy on the table?
We're just hanging on to the red for the moment. The red will be the last thing we add. We're going to make our words, and then we're going to put them all together, and then we're going to add red all the way around the outside. Danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Oh, we got Newfoundland back.
CO2 is an absolutely vital part of our environment, but too much, like too much lollies.
Are you guys doing any Halloween mixes? We've already done other Lauren. One of the Laurens. You guys can still fight that out. I believe ours are all sold out now. We won't be fixing that up again. Craig will have them in stock until the 23rd on stickyusa.com.
You'll like this, Cooper, because I've been emailing with Lauren DeSantis.
Oh yeah?
And she works in packaging for Estee Lauder.
Yeah, right.
And she's very concerned with sustainable packaging. So we're doing a bit of back and forth about how maybe our packaging can become more sustainable. So to you, Lauren, thank you for thinking of us and helping us out there. I'm looking forward to exploring that a little bit. She's a bit nasty when it comes to the quality of our candy, I think, but she's a pretty nice person.
Serial pest, that one.
Serial pest.
No, Lauren Anderson, DeSantis can be serial pest, Lauren, and you can be Lauren.
Serial pest.
The old serial pest, Lauren.
Okay, M-O-R for
Zebrick, I've
recycle.
read every single Minecraft message you sent, and I'm just ignoring it at this point.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Yes, we'll be doing Minecraft again really soon. Is someone just saying how much they love Minecraft?
Well, it's just like 1,000 messages just saying
Minecraft.
Yeah. I'm just sick of reading them, to be honest, mate.
He's
Is that Matt, is it? Settle down, Matt.
Zebrick O2.
Zebra Go 2. Settle down, Zebra Go 2. There's more than enough Minecraft. My daughter's addicted to watching people play Minecraft on YouTube, actually.
That's so
Little
weird.
live streams.
So weird.
So, if you'd like to... Do you play Minecraft, Pete?
every now and then.
Every now and then? Maybe you should start a, come and watch me play Minecraft.
Oh,
Will you be doing Avatar? No, we've done Avatar once. It was quite difficult, actually.
that's money up.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got
Not very good.
M for methane, O for oxygen, R for recycle, E for environment.
Oh, look, that's an easy environment letter. How heavy are the blocks we cut on? We weighed them the other day. They're like 4.2 kilos or something. The weight of the block is not really that important to cutting. They just happen to be really heavy blocks of solid stainless steel.
Here's a bad one. You know everything starts with E?
Everything starts with an E, but nothing starts with an N.
Wow.
How complex of an
That's
image
a
can you
conversation
do?
starter right there.
Is that a...
How
can I give my
complex
2
can
weeks
you make-
notice now?
How complex can you make an image?
It's interesting. There are some things that are really quite complicated in terms of a two-dimensional image, but not that hard to build out of candy. And then there are some two-dimensional shapes which are quite simple when represented two-dimensionally, but they're really hard to make. What's particularly difficult is when you have lines that cross over, which is why Q is the hardest letter, but you have to build this, then you have to build this side of it and this side of it because everything's projected. So sometimes some of the simplest geometric shapes are some of the hardest ones to make. So that's
Does our candy sell all over the world? At the moment, just in Australia and the US.
M-O-R-E, not super easy to tell because the ends are being snipped.
You can't suck up now, serial pest.
Is that Lauren, is
The
it?
Pokemon looks so good. Yeah, of course they do. Dave and I made all
Good
of
on you,
them.
Lauren. I will have time to get to you properly.
Actually, Jesse and I made just the eyes, I think. I don't know if that mix is even still going. I don't know how long it's the one where Jesse and I made just the eyes. It's an extra. Because
As
we
a
made
joke, yeah.
we made all 5 Pokemon that day.
Talking about serial pests, Cooper and Jesse.
I feel like it's mostly just me.
Okay, so what are we doing now, Nick? CO2?
CO2.
Okay, so we've got the word more. C for
Cultivating.
cooperation. Carbon. Carbon, there you go. Carbon.
I wish I could.
Carbon dioxide.
CO2 for carbon.
I can only block him on my stream though. You can do it on yours if you're really sick to death of reading his comments like the rest of us.
Who is there? Someone?
Do
If
that-
you see, you can
that's
do it on mine.
everything.
I think they could.
Can we?
When you see him come up, we just
Yeah,
bump
there he is.
him.
This bloke. Remove.
Remove.
Report.
Just remove.
Hide
Remove.
user on this channel. There we go. That's a win.
Oh, okay.
Done. There we go. Hopefully that fixes it. We'll see how we go.
What was he talking about? Just Minecraft.
Still just talking Minecraft and that. That's stupid. Anyway, could you do a galaxy?
Let me know if he's not gone.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out on mine.
A galaxy. Yes.
Maybe.
We did a space mix.
Yeah, we did do a space mix. That was pretty good.
I'm quite excited about the Earth mix, to be honest, because while space is fascinating, we're not going to get there in our lifetimes. Maybe Elon. The odd
Yeah, I
astronaut.
think we won. Everyone keeps thanking me. You gotta thank Dave. He knew how to do it. G'day from Tassie.
Sticky for the win.
I've heard absolutely nothing about Tasmania since this whole pandemic started. How are you guys down there?
They did really well.
I feel like they just shut down and didn't let anyone across the gap and they're cruising, but I could be wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
They did have an outbreak in the northwest, I seem to remember. But yes, they shut down pretty hard. Nice, easy place to defend, Tasmania.
Now, I would like to know, what's the biggest batch you've ever made? Single batch. I know I've
16.
pulled 16 out of one with Craig before. That was kind of obscene. I made a really big one with Nick the other day. I think we got 15.4 or something out of
We
it.
got 15.8.
These numbers they're
15.8.
talking about, they're kilos.
Yeah,
Kilos, if you're wondering how to
Kilograms.
translate 15 kilos into pounds,
it's about 40 odd, I
2.2.
think. Yeah,
2.2 pounds to the kilo.
Oh,
double it and add a bit. 30.
Double plus a bit.
Probably about 35 pounds out of one batch. It's the biggest I've done with Nick. Probably about 38 to 40 is probably the biggest I've done with Craig. That was almost more effort than it was worth, to be honest. I mean, we didn't have to do 2 batches, so I suppose it did save time in the long run.
No more CO2.
Has
no
anyone been to
more, no
Ireland?
more.
I have not.
I would love to go to Ireland. I don't know if Irish people know this, but Australians are kind of in love with Irish people, particularly their accents. If you're an Irish person, you come to Australia, you're going to pick up like that.
What else we got? What other good questions we got?
CO2.
Oh, there you go. I was going to hear Tassie's cruising through it.
Who's that?
I was chatting with Anitra Collins, the one from Tassie.
We're actually getting pretty
They're
close
doing
now.
fine.
We've only got 3 letters to go. Well, in 1 number and 2 letters. We've got more. We've got CO. And CO doesn't have an orientation yet.
In Sweden, we have a stick called polka grease. Polka grease. I don't know how to pronounce it in Swedish, to be honest with you. It's a mint flavour. Maybe like mint flavoured
candy.
sticky rock, yeah.
Yeah.
How's the candy cut so easy on the block when it's warm? We actually cut it on those blocks when it's cold.
2.
We cool it down to pretty close to room temperature.
The trick is when we're doing the chopping, we're not actually cutting the candy so much as snapping it. So as long as you have a sharp point and a sharp point and it strikes it, end just kind of snaps off because it's brittle. Once it cools to about 60 degrees Celsius.
Lauren, we're not doing a 12 Days of Christmas mix. We are doing a Christmas mix though. I think it's got, on the list it says 12. I think I had a chat with Rach the other day. We're going to try and bump it up to about 14 different designs.
That's the right way.
The girls made a really lovely holly
Yeah,
this
the holly
morning.
was actually awesome considering
That's the
Rachie
right way,
hasn't
isn't it?
made
That's the right
candy
way.
in God knows how long.
Someone actually said it was the most perfect candy they'd ever seen.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely up there. It's a ripper of a lolly.
Yeah, it was.
Speaking the truth.
Speaking the truth,
Irish and Aussies are the most talented at swearing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a talent. I think that's more like genetics.
we
Kind of
do
looks like it.
love a good swear. We've been trying, on YouTube I can do 18 only videos, and I was thinking we might try and do a, if you haven't seen That's What I Reckon,
I shotgun comments on that. People are tuning out though, I think. I think I'll
and we
get
could
it
just let our swear run
Find
riot.
out how we really talk then.
straight off the mark. Could you imagine? Man, we'd be in trouble.
We need to get Lily on that one because man, she has the
Lily
worst
can
mouth
make
in the
it.
shop.
I think Lily and I are pretty close to tied, I reckon. You have to behave so well on these streams.
Sorry.
We do hold ourselves back pretty seriously, to be honest.
You gotta catch it. Hold it
Yeah.
in there. Sometimes I have to physically hold it in there when I'm on comments.
You know what we should do, Dave?
You can get a look at-
We should do the adult mix.
The adult mix
Oh, that'd be hectic.
on 18 only plus YouTube. I'll
Yes.
think about that. I'll think about that. I can restrict them to 18
You
only.
almost have to restrict the sales too, though, to only adults.
Well, we couldn't put it on the website. You could put like a picture of a brown paper bag on
Yeah.
the website. I'll have a think about that. Because we do traditionally we've done an adult mix, and they're little lollies that say, if you can think of the rudest thing you can think of in about 14 letters.
Everyone's saying please do an adult mix.
Up to the king.
We had to discontinue that lolly because Lily took it too far.
Our Sticky's
She
a
just kept
franchise.
pushing the envelope of what you could say in a lolly.
Dave does sell out franchises, I believe. Dave's the man to
It's a
ask about
tricky
that.
thing to do at the
It's
moment
difficult.
with lack of travel and training opportunities and things like that. But to
We're a
stay
bit
in
full on
touch,
right now.
I have been ignoring some people who put in some requests because I don't quite know how to make it happen
How to train you
given
up
the current
here.
environments, but
It's a very hands-on training thing. You do have to be able to travel and get here, which is rather difficult at the moment.
it won't stay like that for long. I'm halfway through next year. We're going to be, hopefully the world's going to be in a much nicer
When you
place.
first pour the sugar under the table, does the size of the setup change? Yes, we can move all the steel bars that we peel off before we start cutting it up with scissors. When you set up something like a 16, you almost have the bars at the edge of the table and no room for your tools, so it does change.
Alright, that's the letter N.
I don't know if you can see this, but I'm an artist. And this is perfect.
N.
This. Oh,
There you go. That's the right way, Dave.
it's like Michelangelo's.
Nick swore on Scare Sticky. Yeah, it's a little bit more like that
Nick
usually.
did swear on.
Yeah, I had a few naughty words on Sticky Scare Game.
So that's an N, is it? And you've given it to me the right way. I'm not going to do a Cooper here.
God forbid.
N.
No one can mess it up that
No, I
bad.
definitely gave it to you the right way.
Definitely gave it to me the right way.
It's the wrong
Okay.
way and it's your fault.
Okay.
We're in the USA. Craig's set up in, I think, the central coast of California somewhere at the moment, but I have no idea where his shop's going to be. It'll be Cali still.
He will be announcing it very soon.
He's a California boy, that's for sure. Ever thought about a Disney mix? We try and avoid Disney because they're really hardcore with their copyright laws. And you kind of don't want to step on Disney's toes because they can afford really good lawyers.
Yeah, we've only got kind of dodgy lawyers,
Yeah,
ex-lawyers.
like this one.
It doesn't cost a lot of
Like
money.
this mate, yeah.
It'd be an interesting experience, wouldn't it, taking on Disney?
Yeah.
Does
think
Dave
you'd-
do the whole
you'd have a
training for a new
chance?
franchise crew? Couldn't I tell ya?
Not the well. Look, you'd
Split
come
it up
here.
like normal.
You'd spend time with us. You'd spend time with me. Maybe some of the trickier stuff, some of the pictures and writing and things like that. But then these guys are great candy makers. So some of the fruits and machines and things like that, they probably spend time. It's actually really useful to spend time with more than one candy maker. Get exposed to a couple of different techniques.
He's learning to make candy without a 50-page manual.
And
Stitch up.
And quite honestly, there's a lot of ways of doing things. There's always at least 4 ways of doing these things. There's 3 wrong ways and then there's my way. But it's worth seeing the wrong ways.
He does love that, doesn't he?
Who's laughing? He
Does
knows
love-
it's true.
He does
He knows
love-
it's true.
He does love to rate himself, the old David.
Someone has to. You spend all your time bashing me.
Oh, someone's got to.
Someone's got to tell him he's great. If it's not me, who's it going to be?
It's not himself.
All right, is that for me? Is it Nick?
No, I only ever compliment Dave when I'm after a pay raise or like a coffee or a pastry on the house or something.
What I couldn't believe is yesterday I actually said nice things about everyone and you all like, what the hell's going on here?
What's going on?
What is it?
You feeling alright, Dave?
Are you okay?
N-O.
Oh. No, you're not feeling okay.
I am okay. Are you okay?
Do you want the things for casing? No, maybe? Absolutely not.
You can just stick it in the red if you like.
Whoa!
It'll just disappear in there.
That's a bit dangerous.
So we need 3 flat bits.
When
Yeah.
COVID is over, you should come have a meet and greet in the US.
I did live in the US for a year and a half and I would love to come back. Craig's hassling me to come back.
How are you guys?
I will definitely come back.
I'd rather meet in the middle
Well,
and go
if-
have a party in
If you guys
Hawaii.
can get your virus under control, I'd love to be there for the opening of Craig's shop. What? But I don't think that's going to happen.
And then buy me the Louis Vuitton bags and bring them back.
Your Louis Vuitton bags?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, let's meet in Hawaii and have a party.
I'm a Cooper.
Yeah, Hawaii party.
Hawaii, yeah. Open a shop. If there's anyone from Hawaii, let's open a shop. Go over there.
Can we do it on Maui, not like Waikiki?
I've never been to Hawaii, so I don't know the difference, but I'll take
Different
your word
island.
for it.
Maui's stunning.
All right, more CO2. Hello. How are you guys today? You all right? Hey, little mate.
Only been to Oahu, yeah. briefly stayed on Oahu, only like 2 nights or something like that. But Maui's the way to go. And get off
Why
the
is
resort.
Maori so great?
It's just less commercialized than Oahu.
That's going to be 2?
Yeah.
Less
All right.
commercial.
This is now the bit where I stuff it up if I'm going to stuff it up.
This is where there's a bit where Dave
CO2.
stops talking to concentrate.
Oh, I'm not. Let's not go that far.
Has Dave ever stopped talking or concentrated in his
Yeah,
life?
settle down.
Yeah. It was optimistic. I tried.
Settle down, Nikki. That's
Red
it.
Hot Six Friends. Dave still talking? No, but yeah, pretty much Andrew.
Is that Andrew Rich?
Yeah, Andrew R. I assume that's
I
Andrew
assume
Rich.
that's Andrew Rich too.
Rich.
I do sometimes. Everyone's got to sleep.
I reckon you
But
sleep
that's,
talk.
no, that's when I
I
start.
reckon you sleep talk for sure.
That's when I start snoring, apparently.
The reason Sutherland misses your fuzzy skin, Dave.
Oh, really? I just tried it on for size. I've grown goatees before. I don't know.
I had a goatee this morning.
All right. So no more CO2. Let that sit on that side for just a second. CO2.
Put in
And
Nancy.
more's going to go on that. And those going to go on that.
Ketchup, Popcorn Junior.
Nice. So hang on to that. I'll put them all together.
Cherie Logan, they are making pineapple flavoured No More CO2 candy at the moment. We kind of did the first 2 tropically flavours, so we figured we'd just run with the theme. Stay tropical. Tropical fruits are the best anyway.
Yeah.
G'day, Gator. How are you, mate?
How you doing?
Hi, sir. You're a bit formal, aren't you, Rindra?
Put in the hole, hold on.
Okay, 2 domes.
Do you make grape flavour? Yeah, we do, James. It's pretty hectic, actually. It tastes just like Hubba Bubba, only crunchy.
There's also a grape in the acid drops,
Oh, that one's
which I highly
nice.
recommend. If you're looking for grape flavour, if you like sour grape,
Yeah.
it is a little bit sour though. All right, we should have tiny little.
Andrew says it's not straight, Dave.
Come here and say it, Andrew. Come on.
What's your line? I'm gonna go to your job and tell you how.
We'll save that one for the adults only.
That's
R
the
rated.
best line.
It is the
That
best
is
one.
the best line.
I don't come to your workplace, and tell you how to.
I feel like I've used that way more lately than I should have.
It's
Especially with everyone like, flip the candy. I don't come to your workplace.
I don't come to your workplace and tell you how to.
That's excellent.
I'm just going to take little bits like that.
Yep.
I'm back. Where'd you go? Popcorns.
Mate.
Somewhere
Do
good.
the same on the other one.
I'm from Florida. Glad to catch you tonight.
We're actually really close to finishing now. We're just going to encircle this, enclose it in
Tell
white.
Dave to do a video with Hercules. No, you got to tell Hercules to do a video with Dave, mate. Dave's
I did my
down.
bit. I reached out,
He
sent them a
tried.
message. They didn't get back.
They're too famous for Dave.
They got too many YouTube fans. They don't care. So I'm not going to try again because that would seem like I was begging or something.
You're just not relevant enough, though.
Yeah. Acid drops are on the wish list. What flavours are in there? Lemon, orange, and raspberry. And then grape, watermelon, and passion fruit are the flavours of the acid drops. They're really good. But just a public service announcement. Acid drops are called acid drops because they have about 1 kilo of citric acid in them. The scale, this batch they've got with 10 kilos has about 100 grams of acid in it. So they are not made for you to sit down and eat an entire bag. You will do damage to yourself.
Someone did send us a photo
Be gentle.
of themselves and they'd just eaten a whole bag and then they noticed that their tongue was bleeding. So, like it does it. They are delicious, but don't eat a whole bag.
They're
of
not
lollies.
a whole bag thing. None
And
of
in
our
fact,
candies are a whole bag thing.
Lollies aren't a whole bag thing. It's why we put them in really nice resealable bags. You can have a few, enjoy, move on. Alright, so no more CO2.
Donna Judas would
Andrew
like to
tells me
know,
it's not straight.
what is Huey pie?
Who's PewDiePie?
No, what is, you said it in the link or the description of the video, HUI space PIE. I feel like Dave's just made a typo.
What?
What is QYIP pie?
But why
I
are
think
they
it's-
asking me? I don't know what a kiwi pie is.
It's in the description of your video.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I'll go back and edit it.
Dave making
Our
typos,
pipe
I
was
think.
nearly ready and I was going, oh, what am I going to call it? And then I do, so I don't know what a kiwi pie is. Kiwi pie. What was I trying to say? I said,
I have no idea.
Have you finished the last season now, mate?
oh, yeah. That's candy making on the run.
Is it
for you.
okay if you
Live
make
streaming
a
on the run.
Santa cake?
How are you today, man? Are you well? Have you been to Sticky before or seen us before? You found us on TikTok last night. Wow. Welcome aboard, man. If you're wondering who we're talking to, we're actually live streaming on YouTube at the moment.
Any Among Us candy in store? That's a good question.
Yes,
I
there are a
think
few
so.
bags.
A
Yep.
few bags
Somewhere.
left.
You better be quick though. It's not going to last.
It's been set online now, so someone will appear and buy them all.
How are you, little mate? Are you well? Where are you from?
Well, I don't think anyone's got the whale yet.
Sydney. Born in Sydney. Do you still live in Sydney? Where? Singapore. You live in Singapore. Oh, you went there once. I like Singapore. What a great country that is. Not a whole lot of freedom in Singapore, but that's okay. Very clean. All these t-shirts that say Singapore, a fine city, because you can get fined for just about anything in Singapore. Chewing gum, having chewing gum is a fine.
Fine. Dropping
Wait,
rubbish
really?
is a fine.
Farting in an elevator is a fine.
Is that a fine?
Uh-huh.
That's the funniest way to get fined ever, though, I reckon.
It's almost, it would be a badge of honour to earn that.
And that
I'd
fine.
almost
I wonder,
happily
I wonder
pay
how
it.
much it is. If
From
it's
memory, I'm going to say, and I'll reach out to my Singaporean friends and find out, but from memory it's like $100.
not, oh, I'd probably just for the laugh.
You'd frame it and put it on the wall, wouldn't you? I
Yeah, for
farted
sure.
in Singapore.
Farted in an elevator in Singapore. That would be the best.
How are we looking?
We're really close. Here comes the red casing. I think that's it.
Yeah?
What a classic.
Okay. You gonna measure it just in case, or?
Well, you can go a bit longer. No, you know.
No, okay.
You can measure it.
Oh, you know, I'm just saying. Do you want me to, am I extruding it, or?
Now, Survey, why would you have to watch a footy match? Jenny's making you, are they?
Hi, how are you? You good?
Quite honestly, that could be
Have you been here
torturous.
before? You have. Welcome back. Nice. We're actually making some lollies at the moment that say no more CO2.
G'day, Ohio, how are ya?
Mix. No more CO2. For an earth mix that we're doing. So
From Wisconsin.
you'll be able to try one in just a minute.
Yeah, I do not know how they catch you for farting in an elevator, Lauren. It'd be pretty funny though.
Is there like just like a fart marshal in an elevator?
That would, that would be gold.
Just got a fluoro green
They've probably just got
vest on. Probably. A fluoro green vest on that just has fart
Can we
marks.
see what it looks like? Oh, you could when it's small enough and it's actually been sliced. Kind of looks like nothing at the moment.
It wasn't supposed to say Dave and Nick get all Huey pie. It was supposed to say Dave and Nick get all hippie because we're doing an environment thing. And it's all hippie. And it's auto-corrected me. YouTube doesn't like hippies, I guess.
It doesn't, or it does like Huey pie.
But I quite like Huey pie. I'm going to leave it as
What
Huey
is
pie.
that?
Well, everyone's going to be going, what's Huey pie?
I'd ask if it was something really messed up.
I was sitting there trying to figure out if I could.
I did the same, but I didn't care enough to correct Dave before he started. I was just,
You were just, that'll be one of Dave's.
yeah, it's something Dave
Dave's
says.
random
Yeah.
bullshit things.
What's the hardest and easiest design to make? Hardest one we normally do maybe the unicorn.
G'day everyone.
Easiest actual design,
Whoa.
probably watermelon or passion fruit. Easiest lolly is a ginger for sure.
Absolutely.
What
Oh,
happens?
David.
Oh, candy question, Nick. What happens if you don't cut the air bubbles?
How are you today,
we
buddy?
get horrible air bubbles in our rods and they snap in half. It's really annoying.
If you can hang around for a minute or
Like
two,
they
you'll get to play
split down
some
the
free
middle.
lollies, so don't run away.
It's real horrible. I hate it.
For you people, we've got some people here, but if you'd like to come in, we are only allowed 5 inside our lease line, but maybe the kids, if you'd like to come in, you're more than welcome. You don't have to stay out. This is just, we need to control numbers a little bit, so we can have 5. Sorry, mate?
What was that?
How long do you have to stand there for?
Mary Handing, they're making one that says no more
I think you can try
CO2.
one.
And then just pineapple flavour.
Probably about.
Sarah Marie should have made a Bathurst themed candy. I'm actually wearing Matt
that too long?
McLean's shirt right now from his band.
What?
He said we should have made a Bathurst themed candy. I'm here supporting Matt. I'm already doing it. Way ahead of Bathurst, mate.
Wow.
Super 2s. I think he's racing again today.
You are such a boat.
Hey, yeah. Oh, it's Matt McLean, 11th fastest man on 4 wheels. No, it was 10th fastest. He qualified 11th, he ran 10th. No worries, Mary. What does Turkish Delight taste like? It's a rose water flavour, Tiffany. Turkish Delight is its own like kind of gelatinous powdered sweet thing. They're bloody awesome. I love them.
They're so good.
What is Bathurst? Lauren, Bathurst is like a supercar race they do here. V8s are on the Bathurst track. It's the biggest race in Australia for supercars, I believe. Should get Matt in and talk about it.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
In Australia.
Mount Panorama, yeah. We can maybe tee Matt up to come back and have a chat with us when he's back in Sydney.
If he wins, if he doesn't win, nothing.
Oh, he's not going to win. He might, could be wrong.
Maybe he'll make a proper effort.
I'd love to see him win, that'd be hectic. He rocked up to the pub the other day still wearing his race leathers. It's hectic. Yeah, it's like the Indy 500 but with corners.
And interesting.
Yeah, like, they don't just run in a giant circle at 1,000,000 k's an hour.
Yeah. They run in a really weirdly drawn circle. At 200 k's an hour.
Watching the V8 cars while watching you on the iPad. You are so multi-talented, Jenny. There's no way I could watch V8 and candy making at the same time. No. No, they should not. We never use nuts when we're making things. We try and stay as far away from them as we can. No, we've never made nuts on the surfaces or anything. I'm going to chuck that next pot on.
That's a good idea, Coop. What time is it?
Well, we're not doing it live because we're doing a cycle.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So a big one, Nick.
Oh, that's right. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, what was that, Reg? I can't hear you.
How do you get big one?
Huh?
Haven't been here, what are they making? Booyah! They're making a no more CO2 candy for our Earth Mix.
If
Planet
anybody's
Mix,
wondering
whatever
what
they
we
call
are
it.
doing, we're doing two things. One is we're making an Earth candy this week, Earth Mix this weekend. So Earth, tree, polar bear, and we're making this load that says no more CO2. To talk about a little bit about climate change. The other thing we're doing is
James
you're wondering why
Helms.
we're rabbiting on.
James, to answer your question,
We're
how Nick
live
keeps it,
streaming on YouTube
how Nick
as well.
keeps it so neat and tidy when he's extruding.
Yeah.
This guy right here, where'd he go, this guy?
This guy.
Full of skills, chock full of skills, this one. Oh, I don't
So
even need to
many
move this thing. We got that other pod set up.
Whoa!
Oh, good. Yeah, old Nick, or young Nick,
Young.
full of the skills, mate. So many
Probably bring
skills.
it down, Chris. We're about
Yeah, I'm coming down.
full of the skills.
So many skills. And then the trick is to not put it on the police
Don't
call
call the
button.
police again.
Call the firefighters.
Somewhere there. Happy there,
nice.
David?
Yeah, I reckon that's alright.
Straight enough?
Yeah, sweet. Hey YouTube, how is everybody? Just a minute, I'm going to cut some up and we can all have a look. We have made some lollies that say no more CO2. For those of you who doubt the truth of climate change and global warming, don't be lazy, go and do some research. Check it out. The science is not accessible, but the results and the findings are. I'm not a climate scientist, but it's irrefutable.
Apparently Hercules showed me stretching candy in one of their videos.
Yeah.
I'd like some money for that, Hercules.
Thanks, Hercules. Shout out.
Did they?
Apparently. Hercules showed candy for a video. Apparently they showed me stretching candy.
Stealing us.
I don't know.
I did see them trying to make some bubbles, which looked like a bit of a thievery, but having said that, I love all candy makers. I'm not butthurt, Hercules.
Stick to your hands so when you pull out the candy.
No. But it's really hot sometimes. Not now though.
All right, I'll cut one up, Nick.
Alright then.
So you're probably just sitting here waiting, going, when are they going to cut them up? When are they going to cut them up?
Yes, Lauren Anderson, Sticky Racer accidentally called the police with the emergency button on the iPhone last week.
We were doing a TikTok and she moved the phone and squeezed the button and emergency called the police. The police turned up here thinking that I was probably in some way abusing some of the female staff members.
I can't believe you called the police.
It was a little embarrassing.
We do have a black licorice flavour. We do not have a cotton candy flavour. I don't think it's
All right,
really
Nick,
flavour,
I'm
to be
going to cut
honest.
one up. So, was that about 4 minutes? Probably a little bit longer. You ready to try one?
My letters improved so much over the last 2 days.
Oh, look, Nick's impressed himself.
Wow.
Yeah, fancy Nick tooting his own horn.
Toot that horn, Nick. Toot
I'm
it.
literally the only
Toot
one
it,
who
toot
does
it.
it.
You toot it, Nick.
Free candy to the police. Yeah, we did try and drive it.
Finally, I have improved.
What I did ask them when they were here, because I thought it'd be really funny for a
my
TikTok, is would he tase Nick for us?
Hand is hacking David.
Would he? And the policeman didn't want to tase Nick
Someone's
for us.
watching with their hand at Ebony and hacking at David.
And what?
Someone's watching with their hand. Sarah Marie is watching with her hand at Ebony and she keeps pecking at David.
Oh, hello, Ebony.
Yeah,
That's the nicest thing I've ever heard of. Hello, chicken. I've got a really soft spot for chicken.
Auntie
Alright.
Grace accidentally called the police on us herself. No one called the cops on us. She accidentally dialed them.
She dialed the police. There's a thing on my phone, I didn't even know it did. If you hold the button in long enough, it calls the police, does an emergency call.
Oh no!
I was testing your phone capability today. Safety.
All right. So I got some big ones. Well, they look all right. Nick's been tooting his own horn on the quality of his letters, but we can be the judge of that. So this is for our Earth mix. They're little, can you see them? Little, no more CO2, no more CO2. Doesn't mean get rid of the CO2 we've got to get less of it. So,
Are you happy now?
and so we can actually see Nick's delightful work. No, was that backwards? Does it say no more CO2? I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. So that's no more CO2, man. Red, danger. I don't know which one's the right way for you, but no more CO2. I will take a nice photo of that one because it's an idea that I really fully support.
James, it's more a practice thing than anything else. When you start, your odds are kind of inconsistent. But when you get more and more even, you do it.
All right, so you just got to slow down after this one. I know it was getting a bit stiff, Nick, but I need to hand out some lollies to our people.
No worries.
I'm going to give free lollies to everyone, but can I say I used to,
Do you want me to hand them out?
we'll need a glove or something. We used to have a little sample tray, but we don't do that in these days of COVID. But if you come up over here, I can drop them into your hand. I can't touch your hand, so you need to catch them. Oh look, Lily, the lovely Rachel's going to do that.
Lily, if you race, come do the runaround. Yeah, the race.
Sticky Rachie, if you don't enjoy watching boys make candy, and I understand that, you can go to Facebook and watch the two girls. It was a girl morning this morning. They made an awesome holly.
Jack Daniel's Southern Peach vegan. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I do like Jack Daniel.
No more CO2. Think about that. Thanks very much, guys. Have a great afternoon. It's Saturday morning. There's actually some people around. It's just two Laurens. I think only two today. We have 4 yesterday. 4 Laurens.
In 3 dimensions.
I don't think you can have too many Laurens.
Kind of.
We should see how many we could get. If you know a Lauren, invite her on.
Yeah. Kind of.
What is Turkish Delight? Turkish Delight is like a rose water flavoured jelly. Literally, ours is the hard candy still, same rose water flavour.
Turkish Delight is, yes, traditionally a kind of, it's not just Turkey, but throughout the Middle East, they eat confectionery made with rose water, rose. It does taste like rose smells. It's a little bit hard to describe, but that's what it is, it's rose water.
You ever watch other candy makers on YouTube and cringe at how they do it?
I find it fun.
Certain parts make me kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, I watch people make candy on YouTube and go, you could do that so much easier.
I don't, at the end of the day, spend a lot of time watching other people make candy, but I've seen a few. Mostly when people post, look at this guy in Korea or something in a Sticky Friends Facebook group or something like that.
Yeah, this guy's very insane.
So I do occasionally see them. I tend to like thinking about things that aren't candy when I'm not here, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of switch off the work brain when I walk out the door.
Yeah. Hercules candy, you make, add their colours and flavours and stretch.
If I was sitting on the couch thinking I could watch candy videos or play Ghosts of Tsushima, I think I'd play Ghost of Tsushima at the moment. Well, it's okay so far. Yeah. Yeah.
Classic. When will we have hot dogs back in stock? Probably this week.
We'll make humbugs this week for
We do hot dogs
sure.
pretty often.
Cooper, can you do that thing with the screen so I can occasionally... Oh, there you go. No, they're going.
No, you're up.
He dressed as Vampire Willy Wonka for Halloween. I did do Vampire Willy Wonka. Sorry, buddy? I do. It's pineapple.
There is also
you
a
like it?
pineapple design out there, I believe.
You guys are wearing t-shirts that say Redbacks. What are the Redbacks? Cricket. Ah, have you been playing today? And how'd you go? Did you win? No? You did win? No. And what do? Do you bat or bowl? Or... You're a bowler? You're an all-rounder. Everyone does everything. Okay. Everyone does everything. What's that? That doesn't make sense. Then everyone gets a certificate of participation at the end, and no one wins and no one loses, and someone wins and loses. Okay.
What's everyone dressing up as for Halloween? It's kind of a non-event here. Lily's going to decorate our place out.
Lily's the Halloween, the goth Christmas lady.
Yeah, it's not really that big an event for Australia. Lily's Halloween is a big event for Australia, but Halloween as a whole is not so big.
I quite like just sitting around drinking a beer and handing out lollies to kids when they come round. But I don't know if people are going to be doing a lot of trick-or-treating this year, are they? Should not trick-or-treat, Lily's saying, don't trick-or-treat. Hey?
I saw this thing. This guy had steps at the front of his house and he set this little ramp up and just dropped the candies down the ramp.
Get dressed up, have a party.
There you go, Lily's, come and do it, Lil. PSA from Lil.
Have a little party with your
Costume.
I'm dressing as an old man in pajamas.
I'm dressing as Jafar.
Jafar?
Yeah.
What, you going to a Halloween party or something? See, how can no trick-or-treating be if you go to a party? How does that work?
I'm going to a party with my parents.
With your parents?
It's going to be that limited numbers. You're going to stay undercut.
With my
I think the
parents
numbers
and
for
my
parties
other
still at
family.
20 here in New South Wales, 20.
Except if you go to the casino, then you can have as many as you want.
They get different rules at the casino, do
Yeah,
they?
they're exempt.
No. No. I know them well. Hey? They're exactly like us in the same way that a VW is like a Ferrari. They're the same thing, yeah, but they're not quite the same. Would you like to try one? I actually like those guys, they're really good. I'm kind of taking the piss a bit, but they're good.
Are you still making ant candy? Yes, we make ant candy
it.
regularly.
I've not made the ads for a while. We've got to get the ads back.
A couple of weeks.
Over.
Over, Nicky's done. Cut it up.
Finish.
The last little ASMR bit of the show. We got quite a lot of candy out of this one, Nick. If you're wondering what we're making, Mistakes.
We don't make mistakes.
They're offcuts, so they're like the lump that you get at the end. They're $10 a kilo, so we just weigh it. Most of them are going to be about $6 or $7. That's probably about $6. Or you can win it if you can entertain me. If you can sing me a song or dance me a dance, or show me a magic trick, or I'll put it in a bag and you can have it for free. All right, have a think about it. It's got to be a funny joke that I have not heard before. Okay. Sorry? I forgot how to throw a boomerang, but then it came back to me. Yeah, that's a winner.
At your level, mate.
I'm gonna, yeah, that's funny enough. And it's got boomerangs in it. Everyone loves boomerangs. Here you go. I'll put that in a bag for you. I bet the big banana never gave you one of those, did they? No. No.
Do you want me to seal
Take
that
that,
up?
big banana.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Do you want me to seal that up?
Can you see? That's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for the joke. I forgot how to throw a boomerang.
There you go.
They look good, Nicky. You've done all right, mate.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
You're a comment through that.
Another 13 or 14 years and you'll be as good as me, huh? What is a shofar? I think he means
Jafar.
Jafar from Aladdin.
Yeah.
The end piece looked like a bleeding heart. It did look a little bit like a bleeding heart. These lollies are a little bit bleeding heart of me. I acknowledge that. David and his social conscience. No more CO2, man. Please think about the earth a little bit.
Dave,
My
how
next
can there be
bit,
too much CO2 on the earth when the earth's flat?
when the earth is flat. Well, people keep asking me about the flat earth. I'm not quite sure how to respond when they do. Kind of automatically shuts, and that's the problem with conspiracy theories like that, is it automatically shuts down intelligent conversation. You can't talk about anything when someone starts talking about the lizard people.
Oh, I have got to listen to people though.
Once you
Like
start
Spider-Man.
once you start listening to Pete Evans, like your brain just shrivels like the witch in Wizard of Oz.
You're like one of those shrunken heads.
Do you guys know who Pete Evans is? No, good. Saw an article the other day saying he should be the next Prime Minister, and I was, whoa!
Well, you know.
That would be terrible for all of us. Dave, you talk about things that aren't candy. I do, I talk about rubbish all the time. Just ask my family. Rosie has this big thing, like, she'll just want to tell me a story about her day, and I'll go, you know what's interesting about that are the global implications of depression and anxiety. And she goes, shut up, Dad.
What's the flavour?
Pineapple. Pineapple.
Did you guys get to try one? Oh, what? I'm sorry, that's negligent of me. Ma'am, if you would like to do this with your hands so that we don't drop them, because I can't touch it, so I can't drop them from a height. There you go.
Working for Cessna. Oh, that's Cessna for years.
I stopped in Cessnock not that long ago at a cafe in Cessnock. I suppose it was probably 4 years ago now.
Yeah, it would have been a while.
Cessnock's the kind of place you visit when you're on your way to somewhere else. I don't think you ever go to Cessnock. Are you guys from Cessnock? No. The Gold Coast. Oh, Curl, nice. That's a very beautiful beach if you ever come to Australia. Curl. Don't tell anyone. Okay, take that back. Don't go to Curl.
No, Curl's horrible. I want to go to Curl.
Yeah, never go near the beaches on the northern beaches. That's terrible.
The locals are unfriendly. This is the kind of reception you can expect if you go to Curl.
Yeah.
Beautiful beach, but they'll be like, get off my beach! Sorry? You had a seal. Beautiful. Did he hang around and play? Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So I'd like to know why it always says sold out, Dave.
Because you're not fast enough.
At the moment, and it's not going to stay this way, but at the moment we kind of got, because of TikTok and Facebook and YouTube, a little bit of a profile. So at the moment we restock our website twice a week, on Friday and Saturday mornings, which are our live days. And we restock at 10 a.m. with all the candy we've made all week, and then it's on the website for about 10 minutes before it sells out. So it won't last, it will get easier, I think, but at the moment that's your window. 10 a.m. Saturday and 10 a.m. Friday, Sydney time, at sticky.com.au.
Rubbish talk in the King household must be fantastic. I reckon it's getting better now we're training Annabelle up.
Yeah, our business was like everyone else. We disappeared 6 months ago, but we've done a big push on social media. So I'm currently live streaming on YouTube, but we also do it on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And it's kind of been a bit of a revelation for us and a bit of a saviour for our business and stuff. So we did kind of close there, and then we came back with just me and one, and then me and two, and then bought another one back on, and then got back to capacity. So it is amazing. It's quite extraordinary. And to every one of you people who's been part of that, thank you.
Everyone who keeps buying all that stuff. So many.
Well, we're just finishing No More CO2. What are you going to do, Cooper? What was the plan?
I don't know. We never heard back about the flavour, so maybe a tree or something?
Probably a picture of a tree for our earth mix. I've got a good vision of the tree I want to do. It's one of those, not too tall, but spreads out. It's one of those, like an African savanna kind of tree. A durian flavoured tree? No. Durian, no. No, I don't know what country you come from, and I've got some very lovely friends who love durian, but the only thing worse than the smell is the texture, and the only thing worse than the texture is the taste. And when you put the three together, I find it very hard not to vomit when someone has a durian within about 20 yards of me.
They are slightly offensive.
They're actually illegal to take on a plane because they are so disgusting.
That's a real fact. Real fact. Dave for durian.
That's a real fact, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is.
Taking your word for it. I don't like durians, so I'm with you, but
I think they are illegal to take on a plane.
What?
Up there with incendiary devices and
Durian fruit.
knives.
they're like an aggressive pineapple that tastes terrible.
No, don't even talk about it.
All you had to say was aggressive
Aggressive
pineapple.
pineapple.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. You still with this?
Just so everyone knows, this is it for our lives today. We're not doing one on TikTok today. Annabelle's not here, so we thought we'd just get a little bit ahead on the candy making. I'm sure TikTok will get by without us. A little bit grumpy with TikTok today. They've been a great part of our business, but they asked me if they could use our videos in their marketing. Didn't want to pay for it or anything. Throwing cash at creators all over Europe and America. Not for us though. Not us.
Because you don't adhere to their
No, but they want to use our videos in their marketing. They want to go out to small business and say, look what our platform can do for you. And use us as examples, but they're like, no, we're not giving you any.
You can use us
Multi-billion-dollar platform that they are.
$80,000 a year.
Multi-billion-dollar platform that you are.
Guys, 140 will be restocked at 10 a.m. Sydney time. I have no idea what time it is right now. One in the arvo. Hey, Bubba. Someone's name is Bubba.
Hey, Bubba.
Bubba J?
Bubba gum, shrimp. Got himself a shrimp boat. No more CO2. We're going to make a big pile of this, like CO2. Like so. No more. See, I'm just going to put one of these here because that's the message. That one's got a little things on it. How long have we got till the next one, Cooper? And probably about 20 minutes. I'm going to move this. Thanks for staying with us through that. That wasn't a short one. Sometimes the most important messages aren't the quickest ones. I'm just going to show you what I've done. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for staying. I need to take my glove off to work with my phone.
Oh, look
All
at
right. Sorry. Here we go. No more CO2, man. That does not mean no CO2, just no more. We've really got to get that down. Greenhouse gases, not just CO2. But this planet is getting warmer. If you don't believe it, you're crazy. Go and look at the data. Watch David Attenborough's Life on Earth. It's on Netflix at the moment for a witness statement about someone who's seen it happen. Think about the planet and think about the people next to you. Thanks, Nikki.
Yeah, no worries.
No more CO2. Take care. Be nice and safe and kind to each other. They'll be back tomorrow with some lives. We're going to go and make some candy. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it and your support. Thank you. Sorry, we're always out of stock. Working on it. Bye.